Charlie, take off those glasses. We're doing a TV commercial.
But Jerry, the future's so bright here at Bourbon RV, I gotta wear shades.
That's right. At Bourbon RV, we have more inventory, more parts, and even better service.
We make buying fun at Bourbon RV.
And if you have a problem, see the boss.
Hello, I'm James Bartle with the Sullivan Independent News, and I'd like to welcome you to 5 Questions With. Today will be our second segment with Lieutenant Johnson from the Sullivan Police Department. Lieutenant Johnson, once again, welcome back to 5 Questions With.
Thank you for having me.
I understand that heroin is becoming a big problem in Franklin County, and are we seeing a lot of heroin in the Sullivan area?
Unfortunately, yes. There's probably a good 10-year stretch when I got into law enforcement where I didn't come across heroin at all. Not to say it wasn't in our community, it wasn't prevalent and making its way to the police department through whatever reasons. But here lately, we've seen a very frightening uptick in heroin in the community. Both from heroin overdoses, near overdose deaths. There is, people we catch with heroin, the needles sometimes, and the heroin-related crime. People who are fighting that addiction, sometimes their priorities get all mixed up, and they will steal whatever they can. And a large number of our crimes can be directly associated to heroin. And part of that then goes into the cartels down in Mexico have done a good job of flooding the market with high quality heroin, not the heroin that we heard about years ago, but heroin that people now can shoot, snort, eat, do whatever they want with, and maybe they feel it's a safer, more pure drug, but it's just as deadly, if not more deadly than it ever was. And part of that also goes to the underlying effects. It's an opiate, and we're having people who are battling prescription drug addictions at the same time, and they intermingle.
Mm-hmm. And that kind of leads me to my next question. Is prescription drug problem something that's being abused or something you're seeing more of in Sullivan?
Prescription drug abuse is the number one increasing drug trend we're having out here. Whether it's from somebody who had a problem with other drugs and decided to get into this, but more often we're finding that it's sometimes it's from young people or regular people who have been prescribed prescription painkillers and get stuck on them, get hooked on them, and it leads down that path. What we have is people are getting prescription drugs through various means, from their friends or families' cabinets, medicine cabinets. They're stealing it from cars, or they're scamming their doctors into giving them when they don't need them. And it's a problem for our community. It's a problem for a lot of communities around here. One of the ways we can help prevent that is we are having a drug take-back push this Saturday. The DEA is sponsoring the National Drug Take-Back program, where people are invited to drop off any of their prescription drugs at the local drop-off station. The drop-off station in Sullivan's at the police department. We've got a converted mailbox up there. The televised or the publicated push is this weekend, but we keep that drop box at the station year-round. It's available for anybody to use, and we don't ask any questions. Whatever you've got, we'll take, and it'll be disposed of properly. But at the same time, if people are having or battling addictions with heroin and prescription drug abuse, there is outlets to assist them. That's
right. Organizations that can help.
Yes, that's not something I don't think the human body is prepared to battle by itself. And there's other people who've gone down that road before, and I think it's one of those things that if people are willing to get the help, there's many people out there who will lend that hand.
And we know methamphetamine continues to be a problem, not only in Sullivan or in Franklin County, but really throughout the state. Has there been a large number of those methamphetamine arrests or lab busts in Sullivan? And how many do you think average month right now the city of Sullivan's averaging in a month?
We're averaging at the very least 2 a month. Here recently we've had a higher uptick in them. While locally the county and some of the city leaders have got together and banned only through prescription can someone obtain pseudoephedrine. Like most problems, it's pushed the problem elsewhere. And people are able to go out, they'll get their pseudoephedrine, and they usually are doing it in our backyard still, doing it in hotel rooms, doing it in the basements, doing it in their vehicles. We lost a house a few months ago in town, believed to be from a meth-related fire. It's not going away. It continues to be a dangerous trend.
Now, for an average homeowner or resident here in the city, or really whatever community they live in, is there some telltale signs to know that meth is being produced? There's a meth cook in your neighborhood, or there's a meth cook nearby?
Usually people are, if they listen to a little voice on the side of their head that says something's not right here, they're usually right, whether it's the foot traffic, the vehicles who are at the house for very long. Oftentimes the nose gives it away. Any strange smells, generally, most likely, people know what smells right and what smells wrong. And I would say a vast majority of our methamphetamine lab busts have been from concerned citizens who have called us up. And to speak to that point, we can't do this job alone. We heavily rely on the community's support and help while we're trying to make this our town a safer place. And if people have any concerns, they have any questions along those lines, feel free to call us up. We get plenty of anonymous tips, plenty of tips, people who want to share their names, maybe don't want to get involved.
Right.
And we do our best to accommodate people who are trying to help us out. And myself, I'm a meth lab technician. If somebody gives me that extra little hint and a tip I need, that may be the last piece of the puzzle that I need to lock some of these cooks up. Most of the people who are involved in this practice we're familiar with, and we know what they're up to, but whether the timing's not right or we don't have that last piece of the puzzle we need to go make an arrest, sometimes the citizens, without knowing that they have that help for us, and that's what we need. So
That's true.
any help they can give us, we're always appreciative.
And they can always reach the police department on the non-emergency number at 573-468-8001.
Yes,
They'll get the communications.
that's right, 24/7. Some of the smaller agencies around us, they get forwarded to the county dispatch after hours, but we've always got somebody manning the phones.
24/7. Well, Lieutenant Johnson, I want to thank you for joining us on 5 Questions With. That wraps up segment 2 for 5 Questions With. We want to thank Jerry's TV Furniture and Appliance for allowing us to use their showroom to host 5 Questions With. Until next week, we'll see you later.